Hello, 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 it's Callie Vidal at MyStampingSpot.com coming to you with Fun Fold Friday. How are you today? Boy, I am really feeling the Friday thing today. So, right now I'm wishing I had grabbed a happy birthday greeting, which I am going to grab that now because I think I need it for what I want to do. So I have my circle sayings, and I have my trekking along. How are you? All right. I called this a fun fold. I don't know if that's accurate. I have a couple circle punches. You can use any circle punches to do this. I chose the 2 3/8 and the 2 1/4. But any ones you have, hey, how are you? Thank you for that. Carol, how are you? Janet, how is everybody? Leslie? Okay, so I thought, so this is a little deceitful. It's not really a fun fold. It's going to be a gift card holder, but I'm going to use these classic gift card envelopes. They come, 20 to a pack. So these are very affordable. And I thought this would be really cute to put on the inside of a card. So let's try it out. Now, I need a pair of scissors. Pecan is always my favorite color in the fall. And I thought a man's birthday card would be fun. Hey, Pat K, how are you today? So I'm going to score this at 4 1/4, cut it at 5 1/2. Nope, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. Oh, actually. Plot twist. Plot twist. This needs to fit in my card base. So how I cut my card is going to matter. Pulling out a card that someone sent me just so I can see how it fits best. So if I have a landscape card, this will fit. Maybe we put it on the top. If we put it this way, that really takes up the whole thing. And it's kind of, well, I guess we could do that. Maybe we'll do that. I'm going to cut this style of card. So I'm going to score at 4 1/4 and cut at 5 1/2. As you can tell, I did not plan this. Score, not cut, Kathy. That's all right. Did you ever do that? Hey, Sheila, how are you today? Okay. Score at 4 1/4. Look at my hands, how inky they are. It's gross. Okay. My nails are a mess. I'm telling you. We've been very, very busy over here, and I want to thank everybody that I'm going to keep the 2 here in case I make a boo-boo. I did not grab white cardstock. However, I think I have some sitting here. Here we go. I do have a pack sitting right here. I want to thank everybody that pre-ordered classes and are trickling in with the last of the classes. So I know that there have been quite a few people. I'm just going to cut like the regular next layer, 4 by 5 1/4. I know, actually, I think I'm going to do 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I know that there have been a lot of people upset that so many items have sold out so quickly. When I saw the catalog, I had an idea that was going to happen because, honestly, I really do think this is the best catalog we've had in a long time. And I was seeing all the buzz online from demonstrators. So, if demonstrators love the product, then typically we all do too. All right, I'm going to wait on the inside, actually. I'm just going to put this one here as a boo-boo card in case I make a mistake. All right, now, what I want to do is, I love the gingham paper. I know I talk about it a lot and I use it a lot, but I can't help it. I just love it. So I'm taking a piece of gingham paper, and first I might as well cut apart this other piece. I'm going to need something as a template. So, my thought is this. This is roughly 4. We're going to want a piece, let's see. If we do 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, then we can cut these by 1.5 inch squares. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and we'll see how that goes. So some of the classes, hey Linda, how are you? Diane, thanks for being here. So 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. Some of the class, oh, actually no. I spoke too soon because these won't be 1.5 inch squares because I want a gap in between. I want it to be like a window pane. So I'm going to say that I want a 3 inch square basically, but I want 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So a 3 inch square would be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then if we cut that, we should have a 1/8 inch gap all the way around. If you can keep up with what I'm doing, then God bless you. 2 3/4, is that what I said? Okay. So I have 3 1/8, and I did 2 3/4. I'm going to cut this in half. So 2 3/4 would be 1 and 1 1/4 and 1/8. So 1 3/8. So I'm going to cut it 1 3/8. Had to use my brain there. Yep, that's equal. Okay. And 1 3/8. Here we go. Hey, Karen, how are you? Penny, nice to see you guys. Okay. All right, did we all get that? I hope we got that. I'm doing math on the fly too, which isn't always a good thing. All right. So I have my 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. I have 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then I have 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. Then I cut this into 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Then I cut it into 1 3/8 inch squares. And hopefully we're going to get a nice even border here. Whew. All right. So the one problem I'm seeing now is I had intended to put a circle here, but if I put a circle there, I need a piece of scrap. If I put a circle there, it's going to take up, wow, yes, that whole shape. All right, I may have to rethink this. So my plan was, which is bigger, 2 1/4, 2 3/8. So this is the one I need to stamp on. My plan was to just stamp the truck image and have it kind of in there. So from Pecan Pie, I'm doing 2 3/8 inch. Like I said, you could do smaller circles if you have them. Well, let's stamp our truck and we will decide. How about that? So I'm not thinking my truck is going to fit the whole way, and I'm okay with that. I really am going more for the idea of the truck. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Okay. Like I said, I'm going to let this truck hang off. It's not going to be the whole circle. And I'm okie dokie with that. Like that. It's a little floating. So, I'm looking at this. I wish I had embossed this background piece. Not that I can't do it now. But let's get these pieces adhered and see what we think. Kind of all over the map today, aren't I? I am going to adhere this front piece. So again, this is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. So that we just have a narrow border of the pecan all the way around. Okay, and now we're going to add... Hey, Jane, thanks for being here. We're going to add the gingham. Hopefully I'm not doing it too... I'm not adding a lot of adhesive, so if I have to change it, because I didn't really scope out these measurements prior to doing this. I did it on the spot here. I think that'll be okay. I do. Let's hope it lines up side to side. I think it does. Oh. Wow. Sometimes I just can't get the math right. Some days it comes so easy and other days it doesn't. So on the days that I do it right, I'm shocked on the first try, if it comes out right on the first try. Okay. Now, I am going to adhere this here. Before I adhere this here, let me see what's in here for images. Oh my. Maybe we'll add a flag to this. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll add little banners. So, I am just going to cut about 3/4 inch. And where's my banner punch? My banner punch. I don't use this often. I'm not going to lie. I do struggle with it a bit. Anybody else struggle with this? I don't always get this very well. Okay. So my thought here is cut this in half. Maybe at 2 different lengths. Let's see how the side look like. Let's see. I'm going to cut it down. So this was a 2 inch, no, this was a 1, 2, 3 inch piece. I'm going to cut it at 1 inch. Yeah, 1 1/4. So that one side's a little bit longer than the other. And I'm going to have them overlap and tuck this under just a bit. Now that I adhered it down. And I'm kind of wishing I had done this way, but that's okay. That's alright. I just pop that down. Ah, crooked. There we go. And I'm going to do the other pattern. Kind of over it like this. And then we'll have room to stamp our happy birthday there. Lots of punches today, huh? Holy smokes. Okay, let me get some of this out of the way. I want to bring in my happy birthday stamp and get that in. Happy birthday. My stamps are very well loved. Hey, Sheila. Emboss. Aw, thanks, Sheila. Yeah, there are so many polished demonstrators, and I envy them. I never seem to pre-plan. It's a little bit crooked. I got some adhesive over here. I don't know how I did that. Okay. Alright, I'm going to close this up. I feel like this needs the little road or the treads or something. Look at my set. Mess. So I am going to put the treads on there. Because I just feel like it's a lot of space. Okay. I'm going to pull over my scrap. Stamp it on. Just so he's not, kind of not hanging out in the middle of air. Maybe I'll even just like that. Just to keep him from just floating around. Okay, there's all my stamps piled up to be put away. Now let's adhere these. I would do a little better job adhering than I'm doing today because I seem to be making kind of a mess. Not getting a lot of adhesive. This one I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. Down to the end of my dimensionals on this one, but that's okay. Alright, now the inside. What are we going to do with the inside? I actually think I'm going to put a piece of this gingham on the inside. We'll put bling on this after. You could color your truck. I think I have ink there. You could color your truck. I just kind of wanted to make it monochromatic. I have boo-boo there. Alright, inside. Let's try this. Let's try another piece of the gingham paper. Which side do you like better, the small gingham or the big gingham? And I'm going to do 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I think I'm going to do the big gingham unless you all tell me to do the small gingham. Thanks, Karen. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to hang on to that. I think I'll do the big gingham here. And I think I'm going to use my scrap. So I have some big, some small. So we're going to please you both because I'm going to do both, I think. So this was the only part I really gave any thought to at all. I think what I'm going to do is I need a stamp that says open. Okay. Don't hate me. I'm going to cut that little tab off for what we're doing. Like that. I know, I know. Well, let's put a piece of gingham in here. So now I'm lining up the circle size. Okay. So this is measuring 1 1/4. I'm sorry, 2 1/4. So I'm going to do 2 1/4. This is my 2 1/4 inch circle punch. I am going to try to punch this and see if we can get it to line up. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, okay? This is spur of the moment. We're going to find out if it works. Oh, I think if we cut off the top. All right, so there we go. So what I'm going to need to do, can you see this? I'm going to need to cut off the top tip pieces here. So I am actually going to adhere this on here. Let's get the length. The length is going to be 3 1/2. So I'm going to cut these top pieces off first with my scissors. Now, if you were worried about white showing, you could make this like 1/8 of an inch shorter, narrower, so that it kind of, you had a border all around. Then you wouldn't have to worry so much about it lining up exactly. I'm going to try to line it up exactly, and we're going to hope for the best. Now, this is a case where you're going to want to use, I love when I think about something in my head and it works. I swear to you, I did not pre-measure that punch. I just got really lucky. All right, so now we are going to cut this at 3.5. All right, here's the one thing I want to say. You don't want to just use tear and tape like this. You're going to want to use a liquid glue and have it be really secure, or use the Seal Plus, because when people are pulling gift cards in and out of here, it is definitely, I'm looking for my glue brush, hold on. It's definitely going to take some wear, and so you don't want the piece to come off. The only reason why I'm doing this is so that the glue doesn't squeak out and seal this shut. That's why I'm spreading it. And I'm actually going to go one step further, and I'm just going to put the corner of this in there to be sure. Okay. Now, if yours is a teeny bit longer like mine is, it's okay because it's going to be face down anyway. And I did not get this quite all the way up to where it should be. So you're going to want to do a little better aligning it than I did. But I'm going to leave it because I'm afraid I'll rip it. See how it's just slightly off right here? That's because I tipped the paper slightly. All right, I'm going to... Well, before I do that, I am going to cut a piece of white for in here. So this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I am going to go 2 3/4 by 5, I think. Just close that up. I want a little more than that because I want to see more than that. I'm going to go 3.5. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to cut it off. So I'm doing 3.5 by 4. So I have 3.5 by 4. And then my gift card's going to cover up the bottom. And this will be the part where you write your name. Like this. And I only did it small so that you could see the gingham inside. So it's equally as nice inside as it is outside. Okay. I'm going to pop that right on the bottom like that. And let's see, you could probably stamp part of the truck over here. You could put something fancy here. Let me get a business card so you can see that your gift card would go in here. And we just need some bling. We just need some bling. Okay, these are back in stock finally, and I think these go awesome. These are the adhesive back solid gems. And keeps with the whole color monochromatic look, I think. There we go. What do you think? Will you give it a try? I'm not going to lie, it was a little scary cutting off that the little gift card tab. So I thought, what are you doing, Kathy? Should you be doing this? But I think it worked out. I think it worked out. Don't mind my smudge over here. Maybe I should put another little embellishment over there to hide my smudge. There we go. All right. Let me know what you think. Thank you, guys. All right. Yeah, so these are a good deal. Let's see how much these are. These are, I should know, but I'm not certain. These are $6 for 20 of them. How awesome is that? $6 for 20 of them. I'm going to let you do the math because I used all the math. All my brain power went here. You know what? You could color this in too, like little watercolor or your blends if you wanted it to stay monochromatic. But I kind of just like it plain. So $6 for 20 of them. makes gift giving very affordable. And I'm glad that worked out. And like I said, you could do different size circles here. You don't have to stick with my size circles. And that's all she wrote. That's all I have today. All right. I am so grateful to everybody that ordered all my classes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do have Christmas Club. No, that's not Christmas Club. I do have Christmas Club is still open, but this is going fast as well. You get 2 of each. Everything will be die cut. 2 of this one. Now this one is, whoops, this one's a fun fold. There we go. Joelle's kind of yelling at me with all the fun folds. She's like, what are you doing? 2 of those. 2 of these fun folds. How cute are these polar bears? I love them. And 2 of these. And again, you get all the pieces of die cut. Everything's ready to go. So, and you get a half pack of this beautiful polar bear paper and a half pack of this paper. And what do you get for bling? Well, hard to see, but you get these gems and you'll get a spool of ribbon, and the link is at the top. 30 cents. Thank you for doing that math. 30 cents. So to make a gift card, it's only 30 cents for each one of these. I love that. Don't you love that? I love that. It's so cheap. Okay, and this is still available, but going quickly as well. You will need Wicca Stella to add to this. So 2 of each of these. This is my Stamp Club by mail, and it comes with, oh gosh, 25, whoops. Or 20, I think this comes with $27 worth of product this month. This is a cute little pop-up fun fold. And then I had to do something fall, right? You have to have fall in the fall. So all the pieces come cut, you get all the ribbons, and you get product. So the links are at the top. Thank you for all the other purchases, and I hope you give this a try. I hope you give it a try. I love it. Look better if it wasn't with this floral, but you get the drift. All right. Have a great day. I will see you. Oh, have a great weekend. I will see you Monday. And, yeah, I'll see you Monday. Stay dry, stay cool, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, you guys. Thanks for being here.